Hi everyone, now I mainly focus on alcohol on this channel, but I like to tell a good anecdote once in a while. So today I'm going to tell you about the time I got banned from all the big foreigner Facebook groups on the internet. And so there's a couple of big groups. One of them, I won't name them, but you could probably guess. One of them is Controversial Internet Pictures in Korea. That's one. And then their sister group called Solely Within Korea. They have like an animal as their logo. It's like kind of like a medveji, like a warthog, cousin to the warthog. And so I was very active, especially in the controversial meme internet pictures, in Korea group. We're talking 3 controversial pictures a day, sharing like a storm, very active. My memes didn't always hit, but I did my best. And so these 2 groups had a Kakao chat, about 140, 150 people in there. And I joined that, and, banter. It was anonymous too, to a degree. So, people are bantering away. And a topic came up that forever changed what my role was on the Korean internet. So we'll talk about that now. And so the topic of the movie Cuties came up. Now, if you're not familiar with Cuties, this was a French movie on Netflix that came out about 3 years ago. And it's about a young Muslim girl in Paris who finds her sexuality through the power of dance. Now, maybe that could be very liberating. Maybe that could be a feminist movie. However, there's like 4-minute shots in this movie of 14-year-old girls portraying 11-year-old girls in skin-tight lycra with camel toe showing, and the camera literally zooms in on their bits. And the argument was, this is not right. And the other argument was, well, it's art, and it's okay because it's against that. It's against the sexualization of children. And our argument was, there's a couple of us in there, about 6 or 7 of us, yeah, but you can be against that, and you can even talk about that, that's fine. But you don't necessarily need 4-minute dance sequences with people who are already underage, playing even younger people with vagina lycra, doing this with the camera zooming in on, right? And so, the 6 people and I decided to make the best meme ever. And so there's this website called Cameo, and you can pay celebrities to give you a video message. Some are really cheap, some are really expensive, so the 6 of us pooled our money together, and we hired Chris Hansen to do a video for us. Now, if you don't know who Chris Hansen is, he basically had a show on NBC where they would pretend to be young girls, and they would lure pedophiles on the internet to come to this house. They'd come in, they'd have a young girl there who was an actor from university, and they would nab these guys in the act, right? And Chris Hansen would come out and he'd go, so why don't you have a seat over here? What are you doing here, Mr. Smith? And Mr. would be like, oh, and then they'd arrest the guy, right? So we hired this guy to give a message to these people defending this movie. And it's much easier just to show you this video.
Oinkers. Why does that name sound so suspicious, so familiar? Worth investigating. Chris Hansen here of Hansen versus Predators, To Catch a Predator, and have a seat with Chris Hansen now. I'm gonna need you all to have a seat right up there. I've been going through some transcripts. Don't like what I see. There's an indication that you think child porn like Cuties is just hyper real art. Weird hill to die on. 14B11 isn't better. Teaching in Hagwons in Korea. Some of the people are very concerned. Korea booze. IU is better than Neon. You know that. Chu gang. I'll be watching all of this as it unfolds.
And so we sent that video to the Kakao chat for this Facebook group. And pedos don't like being shamed for pedoing, it would seem. And immediately we got kicked out of the Kakao chat. And so what was the aftermath of this? So immediate ban from the Solely Within Korea Warthog logo group. It's got like 16, 17,000 members. immediate ban from the controversial Internet Picture in Korea group, their sister company, or group. It's like 20,000, 30,000 members. And it gets wind in the Kakao chat of this, of course, because that's where we shared it. And one of the Singaporean cheap douche fuckers doesn't like what's happening and then bans us from every foreigner in Korea. It sounds like that. There's tens of thousands of members. If you're in it, you'll know what I mean. It's not an obscure group. So we get banned from all these groups. And we get messages from the admins of the first two kind of sister groups. Why are you trying to take down the group? Why are you trying to like infiltrate and take down the group? It's like, what the fuck? We spent like $120 on this meme to tell people that the sexualization of 14-year-olds playing 11-year-olds is wrong. There's no taking down the group here. I'm very active with the memes in the one group. Like, there's no infiltration here, but they wouldn't have any of that. They're like, this is subversion. This is trying to destroy the group from within. And the six of us are going like, you know, I didn't think it was that controversial to make the best meme ever made. We hired Chris Hansen. And then try and shame 2 or 3 or 4 people in a group of 150 people defending the movie Cuties. If you're wondering about this movie, don't watch it, but look up, like, you know, Cuties movie Netflix controversy. You'll get 100 articles on it and how just disgusting this movie is. So that's how I got banned from all these groups. For shaming the fact that a movie sexualized visually youngsters. And I just would never guess in 1,000 years that this was a controversial take, that this was a hot take. And again, that third group, hi Singapore fuckhead. He's the guy who he charges his phone at work because it saves money. If you look up how much it is to charge your phone for an entire year at your own house, it's like $1.65. Like, it's nothing. He uses the microwave at the GS in his building, even if he didn't buy anything there. In the winter, he puts his fridge out on the balcony so that it's like cooler. This guy's, you know, all this work, he's probably saving like $40 a year. It's ridiculous. So I won't name you so I don't get sued, but he banned us from his group because, whoa, we're ban happy. And yeah, so if anyone is wondering, oh, Kevin stopped making memes. I didn't stop making memes. I got kicked out for defending children. So yeah, any questions? Comment below. And this is all true. I try not to put my own personal feelings into the actual events of what happened. Of course, I call a couple of people assholes, whatever. But everything I said is true. That's factual. Everything that I said that happened on that timeline that I gave you is 100% factual. So yeah, any questions? Comment below. I hope you liked my little story. And makgeolli time. What do you say, boys?